In this video, I will discuss about the Prim's algorithm. So Prim's algorithm is a greedy algorithm used to find the minimum spanning tree of a weighted undirected graph. So for a weighted undirected graph को हम minimum spanning tree find out करने के लिए हम Prim's algorithm को use करते हैं. Like it finds the cheapest way to connect all the nodes in a network without any loops. Okay. In simple terms, imagine you have a group of houses and you wanted to connect them all with the underground cables so that everyone has electricity. So underground cables बहुत expensive होते हैं. So to save money, you want to use the shortest amount of cables possible without leaving anyone out. So in this case, you will choose any house to begin. आप एक house को select करते हो start करने के लिए, and you will be checking the neighboring houses, and you will be choosing the shortest distance to connect to the next house, right? And you will do this process until all the houses are connected. So इस logic को हम Prim's algorithm से solve करेंगे. So यहाँ पे algorithm one house से start होएगा and expand step by step, always picking the shortest cable between the houses you already connected and the houses you haven't connected, right? So to solve the Prim's algorithm, there are some simple steps of execution like initialization, like pick any starting node. It doesn't matter which node you choose. आप कोई भी house को कोई भी node को select कर लो, वहां से आप start करो. So आपको final result same ही आएगा. Evaluate edges. So look all the edges that are connected to the visited nodes to the unvisited nodes, right? उसके बाद आप greedy choice लेना पड़ेगा. Like from those edges, select the one with the minimum weight and expand the tree and mark the new nodes as visited. A process को repeat करो until every node in the graph has been visited. So let me explain you with the help of example. So in this problem, you can see the undirected graph with the weighted edges, and here we have the total 6 nodes A, B, C, D, E and F, right? Now we need to choose any arbitrary node as a starting point for your minimum cost spanning tree and mark the node as visited. So I am going with A. आप कोई भी node choose कर लो, but I am going with the A here. So and marking A as visited, right? Now we need to examine all the edges that are connected to the visited nodes to the unvisited nodes and select the minimum weighted edge, right? Here we have AB as AB with the weight 2 and we have AC with weight 3. Out of 2 and 3, मेरे को ना 2 is the minimum weighted edge. So I am selecting this 2 and marking B as visited, right? Repeat the process. So examine all the edges that are connected to the visited nodes to the unvisited ones and select the minimum weighted edge. So let me change the pen color. So यहाँ पे मेरे पास ना BD, BE, BC and AC. So I have 4 edges, right? So if there are multiple edges with the same minimum weight, you can pick any one of them. So मेरे पास ना यहाँ पे भी 3 है, यहाँ पे भी 3 है and यहाँ पे भी I have 3. So multiple edges with the same minimum weight, right? I can pick any one of them. So I am going with AC and mark C as visited. Repeat करो process को. Examine all the edges that are connected to the visited nodes to the unvisited ones. I have CE, BC. BC को मैं यहाँ पे नहीं select कर सकता because it is forming a cycle, right? BD, BE, right? Out of this, select the one with the minimum weighted edge. So this is BD has the minimum weighted edge of 3 and marking D as visited. फिर से repeat करो process को. Examine all the edges that are connected to the visited nodes and select the minimum weighted edge. I have DF and DE, right? So out of this, I have the minimum weighted edge DE with 2 and marking E as visited, and repeat the process. Now I have DF and EF, right? Out of this, select the one with the minimum weight. I am going with DF because it has the minimum weight of 3 and marking F as visited, right? This is how you calculate the minimum cost spanning tree of a graph, right? So अगर आपको कोई भी वेट कैलकुलेट करने के लिए कोई अगर क्वेश्चन पूछा गया तो आप डायरेक्टली इसको ऐड कर दो, वेट्स को 3 प्लस 2 प्लस 3 प्लस 2 प्लस 3 that equals to 13. So 13 is the weight of the minimum cost spanning tree for this graph. So I hope you guys have understood the concept of Prim's algorithm. So this is the problem here. Use Prim's algorithm to find the minimum cost spanning tree. So calculate the minimum cost spanning tree and find the weight of the minimum cost spanning tree. And don't forget to share your answers in the comment. Thank you.